Ye Gurudev, and welcome to this satsang where I'm going to dive deep into karmas and relationships. Sometimes in life, we end up in very, very interesting situations when it comes to relations to other people. I'm sure that you have experienced some interesting situations during your lifetime. It could be your mother, it could be a close friend, someone you just met for a short while. And sometimes we come into relationships and everything seems so fine. And after a little while we see other qualities of the person and everything turns upside down. Yeah. It could be on the good side, it could be on the bad side, right? Sometimes the qualities doesn't show up until later on, right? So let me dive a little bit deeper into this. Why do we end up meeting certain people? Why do we end up with certain people for a certain time? And why are we in such a conflict with certain people? Why are we in love with someone, right? So all is based on the relationship and the development of the soul. So the Atma, which is the soul, is eternal. And when we go through different lives, right? We have many lives. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that we have 8,400,000 incarnations before we enter as a human being. So we have been so many species. We have been human for a long time, for many times. We go into this cycle and we come and we go, we come and we go, we come and we go, because it takes time to learn, it takes time to grow. And each time that we come back and we incarnate on earth, we go through certain relationships, right? We have the family, we have friends, and so on. And sometimes in life, a certain person just show up in your life. And then you start to build with the person, and then you go through stuff. It can be very intense sometimes. You meet someone and there is so much intense energy. And sometimes you get a message before and you know the end result of meeting this person, but still you go into it. This we may have experienced certain times, right? Because the feeling that we are sensing is that, intellectually, going into this relationship, it doesn't have to be like man and woman. It could be any kind of relationship, but we feel like, if I do this, I know that I will suffer in the future. But still, we go to it. We open up to experience. Because this is karma. And this karma is so strong that you are forced, actually, by Bhagwan himself, by the Lord, to experience being with this person. You have things to sort out. You have a past relationship somehow in a past life, and you need to continue this to clear stuff up. It can be good things, it can be bad things. And all of a sudden, you end up and you leave the person. No more contact, you go into conflicts, you go into love, you go into all kinds of things. But all of a sudden, bye-bye, it's gone. Just have a look at your life. How many people do you still have in your life? I mean, it depends on how old you are, of course, but let's take myself, for example. The people I used to be with when I was 15, when I was 20, they are no longer in my life. And why is it so? It is because they played a very important role in my life until a certain point where I needed to change and they needed to change direction. So we were finished. Everything that we needed to play out, we're done. I mean, I have contact with some of them, and some of them I don't talk to, and I know that you have the same experience. And I remember in the beginning how disappointed I became, Oh my God, my best friends, they're going over there, Can't we just do this, enjoy life and continue what we did when we were like 20, right? But today, I am different. If I end up in a relationship with someone, somehow, I go through it and then I'm done. I don't think about it anymore. It's over. And this is the level of attachment. When we have these attachments, we can hang on to, we can go on and think, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Why did it end up like this? And this is the play of the mind. And if you continue like this, you can come going on forever, right? So what we have to understand is we have to accept. We have to accept when things are finished. And don't cling on to things. We don't have to always be in the mind too much. Sometimes we like to analyze things a lot, yeah? Why? Because the mind is looking for some kind of logic, right? So the purpose with this talk is to just give you a little clearer view about why you are meeting certain people and why they may still be in your life and why not. Because you have things to sort out, things to experience together. And this is the karma of your past incarnations with this same Atma. So your Atma were in another body and the person's Atma were in another body in a past lifetime. And you did experience things and do things together in that lifetime. And now it's time to meet and sort things out and move things onward, right? And sometimes it can end up in a bad way. Sometimes it end up in a good way, right? We notice like some people we don't just get along with anymore. We move in different directions. And sometimes it happens in a harsh way. Sometimes it happens in a peaceful way. But as long as you are in peace with yourself, you are fine. And you can move on easily. This is the thing, is that nothing is permanent. What do you take with you? When the Atma leaves the body, what do you bring with you? And what did you came out of your mother with? You see, we are so attached to the physical world. We are so attached to the people that we meet, right? The family, the friends, our children. We are so attached to them because we do not understand who we are. But if we take a deeper look, we can see like when I was born, I came empty-handed. And I know when I leave this body, I will bring nothing with me. No bank account, no cars, No girlfriend, no kids, no one will go with me. The Atma will go and leave this body. So when we learn how to detach and when we learn how to free ourselves during the time we are here, because we have a certain time when we have to play out the lila, the divine play of consciousness as karma, actions. Even if you think it's an action, when you do things physically, it's an action and it will have a reaction. You see? This is very important, why we need always to have a clear mind about our path, our mind and our actions. So we act accordingly into what is right for us. And if we talk about Dharma, so Dharma, many people are like waiting for the Dharma to show up. Oh, I'm a healer and I'm waiting for my Dharma to explode so I can heal the world, yeah? But what we have to understand is whatever God gives you at this moment is your Dharma. So do that Dharma. Be 100% in that. And be fully immersed into the present moment. Because if you start to feel a little bit, if you start to feel, it will bring you into the present moment. Or when you start to think, it brings you into the future, right? When you start to feel, you can sense, wow, what do I experience? What do I feel in this moment? Because everything is happening in this moment. We can have a lot of anxiety, right? We can have a lot of thoughts going back in time, thoughts going into the future. What's going back? It's our past, the past condition. And we like to cling on to the past, right? It's so hard to let go. But to truly free the mind, we need to transcend the mind. And how to transcend the mind? I talked a little bit about it yesterday with Japam, when we chant the divine names. It's a way to transcend the mind. When we can really tune in to the mantra and really dive deep into the mantra, we can learn how to do meditation properly. Many people today don't know anything about meditation. Meditation is not by laying down in the bed. You don't lay down when you meditate. You sit up straight. We as humans, we have a spine. And this spine carries thousands of nadis, which will carry the Shakti up. Yeah? So if we sit like this, if we lay down, we will not be able to move this life force energy, this prana in the spine. Because we need to move energy up here. And into the center back here. It's called the Medulla oblongata. It's a very, very strong point in the head. There is the connection. The key is to be connected there. Sometimes we talk about the heart, right? How being present in the heart, be connected to the heart. I was listening to Guruji yesterday when he talked about this, and it was very interesting because we think that we are in the heart if we are connected to our heart chakra. But he told in the satsang that it is not about being in the physical heart nor in the heart chakra. It's about being in the heart, in the mind, at a specific point within the mind where you can be in contact with the divine. So, by being in connection with the Atma, with the soul itself, you are in connection with who you are. As long as you are in mind, as long as you are in the ego, you are not free. And this is also the level of consciousness that you are in, that you are experiencing. That level of consciousness is also something that you will attract in your life, right? Because we will then vibrate on a certain vibration, and that vibration will bring a certain person into your life. And this is due to your destiny. So your destiny is meant to meet this person, so that's why you have ended up in doing all the certain things in life, all the experiences you had, all the drama, all the good stuff, This had put you exactly where you are today. It has formed you, yeah? And this formation that you have now are attracting certain other similar vibrations into your life, right? Sometimes we can ask ourselves, what did I do to create this? Why am I creating this? Why am I attracting certain people in my life? Sometimes it is because there is something similar within us as within the other person. And we need to learn, we need to grow, we need to play out this karma with those people. That is why we meet them. So stay conscious about your relations. And sometimes you just need to go into those relationships in certain ways to learn and to grow, It's a part of your destiny. It's a part of your karma. Then go in, play it out, and then move on. Or maybe you build up something great with the persons that you meet. Maybe something will last for a lifetime, So, Jai Gurudev, everyone.